Falcons fans, welcome in. It is episode 48 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons Fancast. I'm your host, John, as always, joined by my co-host, Mike. Buddy, it is week one, dude. It's week one. We made it through the offseason, our first offseason. It's the Saints on week one. I mean, what else can we ask for, man?
What better of a way to start this season than the New Orleans Saints and my man, Chris Howard? Right. I'm out of my Falcon mind. John out of his Falcon mind. Chris really out of his Falcon mind. He's not even a Falcons fan. He got on a Saints shirt. I mean, that don't get no more out of your Falcon mind than that. But I'm so happy that we got, man, John, we did it. We almost have 50, buddy.
Yeah, man.
We almost have 50. So I'm so proud of that. But I'm so happy, man, that all the talk is over. The draft is over. A few days, we got ball. We got live action. I cannot wait. And no one would I want to play week one more than the New Orleans Saints.
That's right, man. Yeah, so Chris, man, welcome back, buddy. Thanks for joining us again.
Glad to be back, fellas.
I think this is, man, this is your fourth, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's, so we're 2 times last year, once in the off season. So, yeah, it's great, man. Well, I'm glad to have you on. And like Mike said, man, I mean, I don't know about how you feel about it, but it's nice to kind of have that. I mean, you're already excited for week one, but when it's your rival, man, it's like, I mean, I can't wait.
We don't fare too well against you guys in week one. I know a lot of people know about it, but since we started playing, we like 7-1 against y'all.
I'm gonna tell you, I love the depression in his voice, like the depression that came out of that, Chris. I just want you to know I admire and respect. But go ahead, man.
Just want to give y'all a little pickup, but
well, hey, we'll take anything we can get.
Anything,
we're all about positivity. And before we get into it, guys, if this is your first time listening to us, welcome in. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, like us on Spotify, iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. If you write it on iTunes, we will gladly shout you out on the show next time or whenever it comes through to us. And that's just how we're going to keep growing and progressing as a podcast. We started this about quarter of the way through the season last year and had a hell of a good time. We just keep growing and meeting awesome people along the way. So just keep that coming, guys. We really appreciate the support. Appreciate you listening. And you can follow us on Twitter, Out of Your Effing Mind. We're on Instagram, Out of Your Falcon Mind, Facebook if you want to. We mostly use Twitter, but hey, we're jumping back into Instagram a little bit more, and we'll use it more as the season goes on as well. We'll post some videos and some reels and stuff like that. Mike's dog is on there, looking all tough as hell with the Falcons jersey on. So stuff like that you got to see.
What other Falcon podcast got a Saints fan on? And then if they got a Saints fan, I guarantee you he ain't cool as my man Chris. So you lose either way. So I'm just saying, what other Falcons platform got a real life? And I say this again. I say this every time he come on the show. Chris is not he's not a fair weather Saint. That Chris live and breathe and die with the Saints. He was doing it before we started the podcast years long ago. The man is a real Saints fan. He's not anything that you're gonna ask Chris where he don't know, like he's a live, real Saints fan. So it's nothing better than this on a Falcons podcast.
Exactly. And also I want to shout out to Pound for Pound having me on, or have on us on. Mike had to work yesterday, but I was on their live show with several other content creators for the Falcons, and we had a absolute blast, man. On just talking last night about the game and just whatever topics came across their chat, man. It was awesome. So those guys are great, Toby and JR. So Pound for Pound ATL, go subscribe to those guys, and they are fantastic dudes that we'll continue to have on our show, and we'll keep going on there. So
we love those dudes.
Absolutely. Mike, did you want to? I kind of last week with Savion, I kind of went over our experience at the game that we had. I mean, did you want to add anything to it?
I'm gonna just chime in real quick. For those that you have to experience that, and we got the tickets as a slide in from John's boys, so we didn't really pay for that. But I would say it was worth the money if you did have to pay for it, just to have this, man. I felt like a pretty girl. I felt like an IG model. I was in the front, like I could have said something. If I screamed at was Frank Darby, he would have heard me. He was right there. Like I could yell at the players and they could hear me loud and clear if I wanted to do that. Just to get free alcohol and free food and to see it that close. I just wish Matt Ryan was there, so I probably could have yelled something. But a little bit too late for that, but had a great time with my man Liam, with John and his family. It was a blast, man. We put in the parking, like exclusive parking. We went through a tunnel. I'm telling you, I felt like a pretty girl. I felt like I had a fat ass. Like that's how I felt all day long. Like I had just a big ass, and I was getting treated to the world. And I have no ass at all.
I can think of no better analogy than that.
Yeah, it really was an amazing experience, even though it was a preseason game, to see how big the Falcons were in person. Some big dudes. The smallest player is bigger than me.
And like I said it last week too, man. I mean, shout out to the staff there. I mean, everybody was amazing, dude. Like the service was amazing. That was just. I mean, we were walking out behind Grady Jarrett's mom, going to the car. I mean, like it was awesome, man. It was just, I mean, I can't wait to do it again. So I already told my dude, I said, look, any game that you're not going to, do not hesitate. I mean, just I'm there. Just let me know.
Great experience.
But Chris, my buddy has 50-yard line.
Okay.
5 rows back. AMG club, the whole night, dude. It was.
Oh yeah, that's.
I mean, I'll dress you up in a Falcons thing one day. We'll go. It'll be great. That'll be good.
Definitely won't have.
We gonna paint it. But no, I did have a wonderful experience. I say, all y'all, if you are a Falcon fan, I just encourage you to go to one game of your choice. I don't care if you got shit seats, just to experience the stadium and just be in the building once. Just go. If you haven't been in that stadium yet, just for me, for your team, for everybody, go to a game, just one game. Like again, I don't care if you got shitty seats, just go experience it. And just like my man Fleet and his girl did, go buy a jersey or something, man. Per year, a hat, a shirt, just get something every year so you add on to your collection, no matter what it is. If you see John is decked out in the Falcons hat, the shirt, the thing in the back. My man Chris got the Saints shirt, the hat. Man, I got the hat, the shirt, the Matt Ryan, the Out of Your Falcon Mind, the city of it. I mean, I love it. So I just say, go to a game every year and get one item every year. I don't care if it's a hat.
That's right.
Love your team, man.
That is right. And also, guys, just before we get into as well, for anybody new listening this year, and just like we did last year, we're gonna have a preview show like we're doing tonight. Normally Wednesdays or Thursdays. If we have a guest, it's going to depend on the guest. We have an awesome guest lined up already for next week. I'm just going to say that. I'll let y'all know that on the recap show for the next time.
That's going to be fire. Tune in.
Yes. And then we're also the recap show is either going to be recorded on Sunday after the game or Monday, at the very latest Tuesday, because my son plays baseball and he's only got, I think, Mike, 3 or 4 tournaments this fall. So it's going to be a lot more doable than I thought to begin with. So we should be good to go. But and his practices are Monday. But it's fine. We'll work it out. So we did it last year. But anyway, that's kind of what we'll do. And then we may, if something pops up, we may throw in some special shows along the way. If we find out all of a sudden Ritter's starting out of nowhere, we may go in and talk about that. Who knows? Yeah.
I mean, if like Chris called us and he decided he want to switch teams, we will make a special episode.
We'll do an emergency pod for that one.
If he want to do it, we will come on for Chris. No matter, it could be 5 a.m. I will log on the Zoom for that.
That'll be show 5,000.
Look, seriously, if Chris ever calls me and says that, I'm gonna call Ashley and say, hey, is Chris okay?
Everything all right?
Has he
ingested anything?
Exactly. Have you poisoned him? Has anybody poisoned? I don't know. All right, guys. So we had our fantasy draft last week. Mike's first fantasy ever experience ever.
So Mike, I want to say this to really start in on that. I wasn't aware. I'm not aware of how you choose a team. So my thing is, I didn't know you go running back first. No. So I just get to choosing players I like. I still think I got one of the best rosters in fantasy. Now, I got Pat Mahomes, Kyle Pitts. I got all Falcons, right, John?
Dude, you picked a shit ton of Falcons. I was laughing, and I was like, you're another Falcon.
I got Falcons and Matt Ryan. I tried to get Tevin Coleman, but he got cut from the Jets.
That'd have been a terrible pick.
I tried to get him last, but I didn't get him. But I just got all Falcons, and I got Matt Ryan, either Falcons or ex-Falcons. I just went and got them.
I actually got your starting here. You got Holmes, Chubb, Patterson, Julio Jones.
See?
Christian Kirk, Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst, Cowboys D, and the man Young Ho Koo as the kicker. That's your starting lineup. So
backups was all Falcons. I got Drake
damn
London.
near all Falcons. Yep.
Yeah, like all Falcons. And I'm trying to get what's the name, Mike Davis on the waiver. So I don't care. I don't think you don't. I live and die with this shit. If I was on the Titanic, I'd have sank with the ship. I don't care.
Obviously, you don't get blocking points. That's all you
right.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do nothing but block. I don't care. I live and die with the ship.
Oh man, that's great.
You're gonna have to
but let me tell you,
you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to pick up some players.
That's true.
I didn't peep that, Chris, until later on when I was doing it. But I'm gonna tell you why I didn't peep either. I thought I did the right thing. I got the first quarterback. I chose Patrick Mahomes. When everybody else was doing the running back, I chose Pat Mahomes. And if I was thinking, had any skill whatsoever, John did a sneaky thing. John went and got Josh Allen, which I did not know has been the top scorer in like fantasy football 2 years in a row. John snuck that in on me right behind Patrick. I thought, like, I get Mahomes, I got this. And John went, and I said, that was a wild pick that John would do that. Then I researched and said, John was sneaky. He did sneaky, but
and it's weird too. Like, so I had the first pick, which I'm also the general manager of the league, which also seems shady as hell. But I picked the, random, like it basically picks a random draft order an hour before. So like I didn't set it that way. It just how it just looks shady, but it is what it is. And I'm sitting there like, and I hate having the first pick because you're like, you don't want to overthink it, right? It's like just and I sat there, I was going back and forth. I was like, you know what, Jonathan Taylor, man, I can't not pick him. I mean, I have to. I mean, the way he did last year, now with Matt the quarterback, and so I did. And then Allen was there. Now, I mean, a couple of dudes took some receivers that I didn't get a chance to. My receivers are not great, but I mean, like they may be, decent, but I mean, not great. Now, Chris, tell the folks who your starting running back and quarterback are.
Jameis Winston and Alvin Kamara.
You gotta respect it, bro. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, Jameis Winston, and I also I have Justin Fields too.
You did, yeah.
Just in case Jameis falters out, but I think Jameis is gonna be fine.
Yeah, and we'll get into that.
How did y'all let me get Kyle Pitts? Like, how did y'all
Liam
let
was,
me get
Liam
Kyle
was so
Pitts?
pissed, man.
Nobody picked him. He was on the board. I'm like, what are they doing?
That was Liam's next pick when you.
It was his next. Man,
he was pissed. Yeah, he may say something to you when he comes on later.
He tried to trade me for him. I was like, nobody. I love you to death. I love you to death, but no.
Yeah, Chris. He said he goes, maybe I should trade Mike or propose a trade to him, and I was like, dude, he's not going to trade you, Kyle.
No. Who could you give me?
He traded. He proposed like some backup wide receiver.
Yeah, it was two shitty players. Like. I love you to death, buddy, but no, I can't do that.
I was like, dude, it is his first time, but he's not retarded. Like he's going to he understands at least that much about it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So anyway, that was just throw that in there. We had some fun with that, and we'll keep everybody abreast of that, how that goes throughout the year and who's doing
Justin has a very good team.
He does. Yeah.
Justin got a very good team. I was looking at.
Yeah. So we do talk about few of the things other than the Falcons on the show as well, especially during college football season. Mike picked a team, Chris. Did you know that?
Oh, wow. So who you rolling with?
Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh,
right. I taped the game. I have yet to watch it. I'm taping per game. So I'm taping all the games, but I will watch the game probably tonight. But that's what I'm going with, Chris. Bulldogs.
I mean, it's not a bad choice. Since you're here, you're in Georgia, so that's
Chris. So Chris's team is LSU.
Yeah.
Does Georgia play them?
Not this year. We play every like 3 or 4 years.
Okay. That's a good game, or is it like one-sided, Chris? Like who usually wins?
It's pretty. Well, lately the last few games, LSU have won, but it's pretty. It's a good game. It's a good game. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, I mean those LSU's normally up there in the SEC West.
You play Alabama, John?
That's every other year type of thing too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Is it even, or you crush it?
Until last year, Alabama won pretty much all of them, and then Georgia stepped up and won last year.
Okay, so I think good. Okay.
Well, Alabama won. They beat them in the SEC championship game, but then Georgia came back and beat them in the national championship.
Okay.
So, but they're very even now. I mean, and Kirby Smart, who's Georgia's head coach, was Alabama's defensive coordinator for 8 or 9 years. Okay. So fantastic guy. A ton of respect for him. Yeah, great coach. And did you expect that beat down like that bad?
No, not at all. I didn't, but I don't trust both Knicks. So exactly. I didn't think they could do anything offensively against Georgia, but I didn't think the defense would be that bad. But I just don't trust both Knicks, so I wasn't too surprised that they didn't score a lot.
Yeah. I thought more. I mean, I thought for sure more than a field goal.
In a field.
Yeah, I mean that was it. And I mean, but yeah, Georgia looks, I mean, just as good, if not better, as last year. Man, they lost a lot of guys, but they're
gonna be on the retooling program for a while now. So they're gonna lose guys, and the next year they're gonna be like a Alabama for a while. Long as Kirby Smart is there.
Yeah, exactly. And Georgia Tech just look. I mean, Jeff Collins to me is the college version of Dan Quinn.
Hilarious.
Dude, yeah. I mean, there was 10 penalties, 10, 11 penalties in that game against Clemson. Tons of false starts. They got 2 punts blocked.
Yes.
I mean, and this is this guy's 4th year. Like, if you didn't get, I mean, I don't even understand it. I don't see him making it past this season. But Alabama, they rolled, of course, against Utah State. That was not really a contest. And dude, Chris, I had a text ready for you. Like, I was like texting you, like, damn, this is crazy. And then he missed it, got it blocked, and I just deleted everything. And I didn't even text you, dude.
I was a little upset, but I think you should have gone for 2.
Yeah.
Since you fought so hard to get back right there, just go for the win. You won't. Your fans won't be as upset then if you go for the win, but. You've been having special teams issues the whole game. We had 2 more punts, 2 blocked field goals. So go for 2, go for the win.
Yeah.
Can't be too hard on Coach Kelly. It's his first game, first year. It's going to take a little while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think about quarterback Daniels?
He played good the last 2 drives of the game. He didn't have a lot of time in the pocket until then. He definitely can run. He can throw the ball also. It's just he needs time to throw. So once they get the offensive line kind of together, I think it's going to be okay.
Do you think Florida State's back, or that's just the circumstance of playing LSU with a new coach and
a little bit of both? Yeah. A little bit of both. I think they got a little swagger back right now, and Florida State is good. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
I hope they are. It's just better when
they're good. It's better when they're good.
Exactly. You don't want to see
football better.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see Clemson just running shot over the ACC like they've done for the past however many years.
They played Georgia Tech, right?
Clemson did, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, this. I don't. Yeah, Tech's got in a bad spot right now. And
hold on, y'all. I do have a question. I was gonna go Dion. Just because I got to go Dion. But his team doesn't play like a high caliber team, right? His team is okay. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, no, he's Jackson.
HBCU school, so they play. They
play like lower, like
the HBCUs. Yeah, they will play a.
But I'm saying never play like
at least once, some point in time for a money game. That's like Southern plays LSU this week.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a huge money game for Southern. It's not gonna be any competition in the game.
Is it your homecoming this week?
Oh no, it's just
is it
just a game? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Georgia's playing Stanford for their homecoming this week. That's just going to be
okay.
I mean, the starters may not even play the first half. I mean, they might. It just depends on how out of hand it gets. But yeah, that's how that works. And I mean, but dude, they beat the hell out of FAMU, and Shedeur Sanders, Deion's son, quarterback, looked really good.
I heard he went off. Yeah, I heard he went off.
Yeah, he was like 29 to 31, and I mean, just
5 touchdowns. Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did. And I was impressed. I didn't see the end of the game. I just saw highlights, but I mean, what I saw, I mean, look good. See, it'd be interesting to see what he could do against better competition. But Chris, man, what do you think of the new playoff? Too many teams brought the route in mind, or what?
Oh, I think it's too many, man. 12 is a lot.
Where would you have stopped at? 8, 10?
8, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we saw one or two, whatever it was. What was Georgia this week? 3 versus 11. I mean, that was
because you're going to get teams like North Carolina State getting in the playoffs, and so they're going to get crushed.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we all know it's all about money. So I mean, you
I
know,
was going to say it's probably way more money though.
Oh, of course they're going to. I mean, if it could be whoever makes the playoffs, that school is going to fill up. Those schools are going to fill up whatever stadium they're in. Yeah. So I mean, that's just the bottom
it's going to
line.
move. I think it's going to go up to 16.
I would not doubt it, dude. I wouldn't doubt it. And we talked about it. I don't think you were on that show, Chris. You might have been. I don't remember, but no, you weren't. It was a few ago. To me, they're just going toward two super conferences. That's how it's going. You know, eventually, you know, and everybody else will just kind of be fending for themselves. You know, especially with NIL, it's just kind of the wild, wild west. You know, so anybody can go, but which I am excited for NCAA football to come back though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For
that would be nice.
Yeah, I'll still play that. I'll still play the hell out of that. All right, man. So moving on to few comments just from Arthur Smith over the last week. Jeff Schultz of The Athletic asked him about Desmond Ridder. Did you see this, Chris?
I heard it. I was listening to it. Yeah.
So he asked him about, like, you know, how basically, I'm paraphrasing, but you know, when do you expect to get him in, or what do you need to see from him this year, or whatever? And Arthur was not a fan of that question. No, he kind of went off on him a little bit. And you know, I think it's a fair question to ask. You can ask it, but I don't know what you really expect him to say. I mean,
he can't say.
No, he can't say, well, we plan on Marcus for 6 or 7, and then we're going to bring him in. I mean, that just makes no sense. I mean, like, that's, you know, you would never say that out loud. So I mean, that he was a dick about it, I don't really care. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, like, I'm, you know, being a Bama fan, I'm used to seeing Saban respond like that to 90% of the questions he gets. So, I mean, you know, if you win and you go out there and you do your job, I don't really care. I mean, it's, you know, kind of Belichickian the way he kind of, you know, went after him a little bit. But, you know, again, like I said, you know, that'll play itself out throughout the season, whether or not Ritter's in there or not. I don't think they want to just throw him in there, obviously, but there's no reason to. Again, fair question, because you want to see what you got, because you kind of have to, you know, before the next, because there are some, depending on our record, there's some really good quarterbacks coming out next year. So you want to see if he's going to be the guy you think is going to be the future quarterback or not. But again, that's not something you're going to say before week 1. So it's
a bit ridiculous.
Exactly. Now, interesting. Listen to the radio today, and Sal Palantonio was on with 680 The Fan here in Atlanta, and he just came out and said, he's like, "Oh, I expect Ridder by week 8."
Wow.
By October 30th is when. But I think it was the Panthers game is when he said he expects to see Ridder by then.
I agree. I mean, I totally agree. I think that Marcus is like not who they brought. I don't think they brought him here to have the job. You brought in here, you are the best thing we can possibly get that's still available, that know the system, that know the coaching. But they got Desmond, like, you're who for that 3rd round value. Again, I love the dude for a 3rd round value. I mean, upside for 3rd round, that the boy got an arm on him. The boy's big as shit. He can run his ass off. He's tough. I like his mental. I think you got to see. But like I said, around half the time, I think I said that on last show, you give like 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
I would do like 10-6 or like 9-7, however you figure, but it should be left. But like I said, if he's doing well, I don't think you just do it just because. If Marcus is doing well, I don't think you put a quarterback that's doing well.
No, I mean, their job's to win. So I mean, if we're winning for whatever reason, then I mean, there's no way he's pulling them. I mean, that'd be insane.
I want to see Desmond, especially after the preseason game we saw. Man, he looked great, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just poised and great arm and smart. Poised. I mean, so that's
the word that I feel like if it was a person, it would be Ridder. That boy don't panic.
That's impressive.
Like Matty Ice too.
Yeah. That's the difference in a 4-year college quarterback. He's prepared for that. When you play 4 years in college, that's the result you get.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, he won his entire career in college. He didn't lose a home game. I mean, like, he
took Cincinnati
literally
playoffs.
Literally. Yeah. Never lost a home game.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Mm-mm.
Shit. All right, Desmond.
Yeah. Yeah. Cincinnati's not a big school, dude. I mean, as far as college football goes, I mean, they every now and then it's kind of a, you know, they'll pop up there, but like he
good while he was there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
that was it.
Mm-hmm. But they had, you know, like Sauce Gardner was there, and Jerome Ford, and, you know, who was a former Alabama running back. So I mean, you know, they had some players. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. But overall, he talked about just getting the rookies, balancing rookies getting time, but it's not necessarily going to be an instant type of thing. It may be over the course of the weeks. The rookies will get in there and make some progress. He talked about the center battle being really competitive, but in the end, Dahlman kind of won out like we
I love it, man.
We kind of said we thought he would. I mean, Dahlman was his pick, was their pick. This regime's pick. Hennessy was previous, so Dahlman kind of fits the their. I think he's probably a better fit. I don't love it, but I do think he's the better of the two. So, I mean, that was good to see. He said Drake London will be a Saturday, like a game time, not a game time, but like a weekend decision. He was out practicing today. The video I saw he was moving really well. So like I would expect him to play just looking at what I saw. Hopefully that's the case. He said, CP is good to go. He actually cracked a bit of a smile when somebody asked him about the offensive weapons. You could see like he almost wanted to he's almost excited about it, but he couldn't let it, he went, but he did go on, it's just,
So John, I have a question. Did he say Drake will play or he's moving toward playing?
He said they would have a decision by this weekend. He didn't say yes or no, but like I said, he was practicing, which was.
Now, when we have to have fantasy things in stone? When do we have to have those set?
The first game is tomorrow night. So Buffalo and Rams. So if you have any Buffalo or Rams players, you gotta have to set it before tomorrow night.
Okay, but if I don't, what is it, like Sunday?
Yeah, before the game's on Sunday.
Before the game, yeah.
Okay.
You pick Drake London?
Okay, because I got Drake. I don't know about your starting lineup.
I told you, dude. Because you got to look at his lineup. It's all Falcons.
It's all Falcons. But see, like Chris said, I wasn't thinking of the bye week. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do.
Well, you can go pick up free agents for
that. You can get some free agents, but you're going to have to drop some of your players.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure nobody's going to pick them up, but you can drop
them. Go ahead, Chris. Hey, that was a good one.
All right, Chris.
Hey, man, I tried to go get Freeman and what's his name, Coleman. They both out the league.
Yeah, that'd be terrible picks. Yeah. No,
but see, I just was being loyal, man. They going out the league.
Nah, man.
No need for loyalty on this game.
Yeah, right.
Right. So they asked him about Kamara. He basically just said, yeah, he's a problem. I mean, he is. He had a really good game I think the second game last year against us, kind of tore us up a little bit. Because Debo was always kind of like our Kamara stopper, and Debo obviously was a shell of himself last year, and he wasn't there to do anything. He joked about Cam Jordan. He said, he wished that he was hoping he'd already joined the media by now. And he said he should have called him because he could have got a better deal, got him more money. And it's too bad. It was pretty funny because he always, now this will be different for Cam because Cam is used to Matt sitting back there not being able to go anywhere. Yeah. So Cam's going to have to chase down Mariota this year. So that could be, we'll see. And he said that, the biggest thing with these guys is not being afraid to fail. And he said for him, failure was his best learning experience. That's what just, and he wanted guys that weren't afraid to, ask questions, put themselves out there. And lastly, they kind of asked him about how Pitts had improved as a blocker. And he just said he had the right mindset for it. He knew what he needed to improve on. And, clearly he's got the size. He just never was really asked to do that in Florida. He was just a playmaker, go out there and catch the ball. That's pretty much what Arthur had to say. I watched the conferences. I don't really expect to get any kind of breaking news. I mean, that was how he was last year. He's going to give you kind of the standard answers, and that's kind of what you expect from those type of things. But yeah, going into this game, Chris, looking at the depth chart, man. So anything from the depth chart surprise you on the Saints side of things?
Not really on the depth chart. Because with the Saints, they normally formation based. So we may have on the depth chart, it may have Michael Thomas starting, but we may start with two tights and Jarvis Landry. So not really surprised at the depth chart at all.
Yeah, I saw it. We talked about it the pre-show, but I think they had Olave listed as 5, and I was like, "There's no way in the hell they drafted Olave in the first round. They're going to have him 5th." the depth chart.
He'll be in before the third play.
Yeah, so, of course. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Now, from camp, anybody stand out to you from camp that was like, "Oh shit, this guy's going to be a player"?
Paulson Adebo, the second-year cornerback. He played last year. He started last year. He really had a great camp. So that may give us a nice 1-2 tandem at the cornerback position, which we kind of need because we're going with a positionless defensive backfield. So we don't necessarily have a free safety. So if he plays the way he's been playing in camp, I think he's gonna be good. And also Trevor Penny.
I was just about to ask you, Chris.
Well, dude, you called that though. Like before, like when we talked about the draft picks, you were worried about him keeping his shit together.
Yeah. So he got better. He started off a little, like he was in college, but once he got kicked out back-to-back days, I think he kind of got control of him.
Yeah, that's funny. And then he got he started off the season on the IR, right?
Yes, he's starting off IR. He had he broke his he had turf toe, which a ligament popped off. So he had to get that fixed. And that's a big guy. So yeah.
When you see him, Chris, and you see him play, and I understand it's just preseason, do you see like his upside, like being like this dude gonna be one of the best linemen in the league in the future? Or do you see like it's too early to call that? He's just good.
It's too early to call because he has problems. Not saying he has problems, but he's a mauler right now as a run blocker. He's a great run blocker already, but he has to work on his sets with his pass block, and he gets overset sometimes. And
I got you.
With the speed to power rushers, they kind of give him a little problem. So if he gets better with that, he can become a problem.
Okay.
Now, was the trade, was that kind of out of the left field?
It was surprising. But once I heard some of the things that were going on, I understood. He wanted to be paid the highest nickel guy in the league. And so, which is what it was meant $10 to $12 million just to play the nickel spot. So they weren't going to give him that. And then once they didn't agree on the terms, he stopped listening to coaching, showing up doing his thing. And so he was a fan favorite, but you can't have that in the locker room like that. So
no, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So that's kind of why y'all ended up with the way you are, right? With no free safety type of situation.
Yeah. So because he's going to get that money with Philly. He'll get what he wants with them because he changed his whole position. He's not playing. You can't get free safety money playing nickel.
Right.
That's good. Yep.
So can't be mad at him that he wants his money, but we couldn't pay him that not to play nickel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anybody you kind of worried about or let you down or just,
Traquan Smith hasn't
he had that loaded, John. He didn't have to think.
He hasn't. He hasn't fulfilled his potential yet, man. I just don't think he's going to get there because we keep him on the team because he's a great blocker. We don't need everybody a great blocking receiver. So, he's cheap. He went from our number 2 receiver to our number 5 receiver this year, so they could keep him with that. But he's one, and our left tackle James Hurst, I think he's going to be good. It's just, is he going to stay healthy? He has a little injury problem, and that's James' blind side. So we need him healthy. We already lost Trevor Penny, which was going to be the backup. So long as I'm worried about James Hurst, and I depth at linebacker. We only run 2 linebackers most of the time, but we only have 2.
And Demario Davis plays like 2 linebackers though.
Yeah, man, what? Yeah.
So I'm worried about the depth at linebacker. We'll start Demario and Pete Warner, and behind them we'll have Caden Ellis and Chris Hansen. So as long as they can stay healthy, and Pete Warner has shown that he can't stay healthy, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, and you can, if y'all go back and watch the show, man, not that you have a reason to now, but Chris called it. He said Chris Olave would be the pick.
He called that shit long time ago.
And it was. So I'm assuming you were happy with that.
I'm very happy with Chris Olave. Yeah. He's gonna be special, man. Wait till you see.
I mean, him and Garrett Wilson, dude. You see Garrett Wilson?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Garrett Wilson. I thought Garrett Wilson was a better route runner until I watched him.
Yeah.
They're neck and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can get on.
Is amazing, man.
Yeah.
He reminded me of Julio Jones when he was younger. Like that's slimmer.
I actually picked him up later on in the draft.
Yeah,
So,
he can get up.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good pick, John. Yeah, that was a hell of a pick.
I mean, we'll see. It's going to be Joe Flacco and Zach Wilson throwing to him, but we'll see what happens. I mean, they got to throw it. They got to throw at some point.
Yeah,
so,
you do.
But yeah, and I think I got Breece Hall too, which I mean,
You did.
I loved Breece
Because
Hall.
I tried to get him, and you had.
Yeah, he's like, you were trying to get him.
I was trying to get him from you, but I was trying to see what a trade would be, and I said I can't trade him for nobody.
Yeah,
I was Breece Hall.
I got a feeling he's gonna do good, man.
Yeah.
I hope he's your
Breece Hall. He's gonna get a bulk of the carry. So if he's healthy.
Right.
So,
I mean, he's like your. I mean, he's a 3-down back. He can catch a ball. He can block. He can run. He's that type of guy. So it's depending on the offense and see how it goes. It's the Jets, so it always worries me. It's picking players on bad teams, but we'll see. They may be better this year. So Jameis back from injury, man. He looked like a different guy last year before the injury. You expect that same guy, or you expect a little bit of regression, or what?
I'm hoping he stays that same guy. Hope no let down at all. The question is whether it was some of Sean Payton, if he keeps that in his head, or if they let him freelance. I don't think they're gonna let him freelance too much because Pete Carmichael is under Sean Payton's,
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Now, last night on the last show of Pound for Pound, I can tell you this, and I didn't go as far to say this because I don't think I even spoke on it. But not one of those people were afraid of Jameis, and in fact, they were like, "Yeah, he's going to turn the ball over a couple of times."
Yeah.
Like they didn't feel like he's going to check. They feel like he's going to try to force it when it needs to be checked down.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like he's done it a lot during his career. Now, like I said, like it couldn't. That's a great point about Peyton being there, and then that could be the reason he started off the way he was. Who knows? But I mean, the dude's got a cannon for an arm. I mean, like you can't. He's talented. He can run. I mean, all those things. It's always been the decision making that's been his Achilles heel. So, I mean, I have to see it. Like I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to be terrible because I mean, I saw him be not terrible, before that injury. So, I'm going to wait and see kind of situation. And I mean, other than that, man, I mean, what do you kind of do you feel different about this Falcons team now than you did prior to the preseason?
Come on, Chris, give us props, Chris.
Yes, I do.
All right.
I don't think y'all are 31 like everybody has the Falcons. I think y'all at least a 7-8 game win team at least to me because of
I love you, Chris, man. You always got his place on our podcast, man. 7-8.
I just think with Arthur Smith, he has the players he wants, and he has the big receivers he wants. He wants Mariota to be the quarterback. So, I think y'all. Now the question is the defense. Right. How is the defense going to look? Are they going to be able to create pressure with their forward? Because we're gonna have to see. Dean P says he has what he wants, so we're gonna have to see without a Deion Jones. With your coverage and stuff with the linebackers. So that's the question. I think offensively y'all will be fine. And offensive line is always a question for Atlanta. So
Jalen Mayfield starting off the year on IR. So that's a win for all of Falcons Nation right there.
Yes.
He has low back problems, strictly due because he doesn't punch anybody straight out of it. He just immediately comes out of his stance and starts going backwards. So that causes low back issues.
Yes.
Like that's just
herniated
slip disc.
I mean, I hate to be a dick, but that's just kind of, but yeah, so we should be a little better on the offensive line. Elijah Wilkinson's definitely an upgrade. I mean, anybody, he was the worst left guard in the league last year. So really anybody's an upgrade, but the right side of the line should be okay. McGarry's, him and Nafetti are going to go back and forth there. I mean, hopefully McGarry just locks it down and plays well and he keeps the job, but yeah, I mean, I agree. I think our offense is going to, we're going to have to score to stay in games. I mean, as much as I want to believe in the defense, which I do think we've definitely took steps in the right direction. I mean, Casey Hayward's an upgrade at CB2. Rashawn Evans is an upgrade. I mean, Ebiketie I think is going to turn out to be a great pick for us. He was just all over the place in the preseason. I don't know. I hope Lorenzo Carter, the guy we saw at the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season against the Giants, I hope that's the dude we got.
Yeah.
Somebody next to Taquan Graham, next to Grady, Anthony Rush, and we signed dude from the Bears. His name's what's his name? Tonga. Anyway, yeah, we signed him just for like extra added depth, so I mean, I think we'll take a step forward there. And I like Chris said, I think Pease he doesn't have all the players he wants. I think he's definitely got them, more than he had last year for sure. Like Evans, like you said, I think Dean said he was like, I don't know why Tennessee's letting them go, but come on over. Cause I mean, and the dude's he's a beast. And after this season, when we've got a ton of money to spend, we'll see how they go out and spend it.
You'll have a lot of money next year, especially when you get Deion Jones off the books. So I think this is his last season.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So he's starting off on the IR as well. And so he can come off after 4 weeks. So now Mike, we were at the game and he was throwing himself into positions that he wasn't doing last year. So to me, he looked like he was healthier. Like he looked like he was filling up gaps. Like he wanted no part of that last year. So, I mean, I think his shoulder is definitely feeling better. I just think for him, it's maybe more of that he didn't have that time on the field, with the guys. So I think that's more of, I mean, I have nothing to back that up. I just assume that's kind of why he's not going to be starting off the year. I would love for him to come on and make a difference. I mean, Chris, I don't know if you saw the interview he had when he came back. Dude, he said everything you wanted him to say, man. I mean, like just totally bought in. He's here to help the team. He's here to earn a spot. Like he doesn't matter to him that he was in a Pro Bowler, like whatever. He's, he understands it's the business or whatever. But I agree. I do think it's his last season regardless because,
$20 million is a lot for a guy. I really don't think he fits in the 3-4 scheme.
No.
So because he's always been a 4-3 linebacker. So you have him fighting off guards. He's not big enough for that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so are you, now that you've seen kind of like, post Matty Ice, we're moving on, you think they're moving, you think it's going to be kind of the right direction, or I guess as a Saints fan, the wrong. But I mean, like, are you more worried about Arthur's type of offense than what Matty ran?
Because the Saints they struggle with like dual threat quarterbacks that can run, use their feet. Like Jalen Hurts kills the Saints every time they play him. So with and that also helped the offensive line too, with Mariota being able to run and scramble around. With Matt Ryan, if the line was bad, it was going to show the whole game because he's a sitting duck. Yeah. So with Mariota, with his scrambling ability, that's bad for the Saints. But hopefully that makes your team play 11-on-11 football. So that means you have to account for the quarterback now. With him running, that takes away me doubling Kyle Pitts this play, or watching Cordell Patterson come out the backfield more. So I think it's the right direction for Arthur Smith. Yeah. So that's what he wants. So I think it's in the right direction.
Yeah. How now if Drake does play, how do you see them defending Kyle?
With Kyle, with him I don't want to put Lattimore on him.
Yeah, that was a good situation last year.
Yeah, he beat Lattimore off the rip on the first play. It was just and Pitts dropped it. But we have Honey Badger. Honey Badger's not, the big guy, but that's what he's used to guard. He used to guard in tight ends and stuff. So if he goes in the slot, pretty much I think Honey Badger come down on him. And on the outside, we won't have a choice but to put Lattimore on. So I think with London and Zacchaeus, I don't want to say we can man them up the whole game, but I think that's going to be the defenses to man up across the board, because we're going to have to, like we said, we have to play 11-on-11 football. We can't run like a 2-man safety.
Yeah. So, yeah. Like I can see like a formation with CP, Brian Edwards, Zacchaeus, London, and Pitts all out there at the same time. And that's
at the same time.
That could be, that could be problematic.
If the Falcons can get their run game going, they could be dangerous. If they can get a consistent run game going, you don't have to be a 100 yards every game. But if you can get a consistent 4 or 5 yards here, 4 or 5 yards, that could be dangerous for. That makes the play action better for Mariota.
I was going to say the play action. You setting it up.
Yep, and guess what? We couldn't do last year. We couldn't run the ball.
You couldn't run the ball. You can't. No offense is going to work where you can't run the ball. Even the Chiefs are able to run the ball. Even they throw it a lot, but when they have to run it, they can run it.
That's why I say my man behind me is a GOAT, because they knew he was throwing the ball damn near 90% of the time, and they couldn't stop him. They knew we was throwing. Like we don't get rushing y'all. They knew the man was throwing, and he's just picking him apart, man. Matty Ice.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, and I don't really. I mean, the three running backs, you know, CP will probably get the most, and we've got Damian Williams and then Tyler Algier. So if those guys are running well, and Algier being kind of like the third option or even like the third down type of passing back, that dude, he comes at you hard too. So like in the fourth quarter when guys are tired, like he's going to want to hit you. So, I mean, like that's going to be like all of this is new to us. We haven't, you know,
it is
like just having depth there, you know, guys that can, and Damian Williams is a little bigger than I thought. Like I didn't think he was, you know, as big as he is. So, you know, I don't know, man. There's so many, and Chris, we've talked about it on our show. I've talked about it on other shows too that we went on. It's like there's so much unknown because we've had Matt for 14 years.
Yeah.
So it's like this is so different, and we don't know what to expect, which is kind of exciting, but it's also terrifying.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Because you know, you can see we've seen what Mariota is or was, you know. So I mean, now he's given a second chance to flourish. So you know, we'll see. But yeah, I mean. Overall, man, what do you think? I mean, I'll let you answer it. Biggest worry you have against our offense?
Mariota running, scrambling, being able to scramble and run and get on the outside. Our defensive ends are going to have to be very disciplined. And it's going to start with stopping the run. If we can stop the run, and that lets our defensive ends kind of, you know,
Chris,
get the edge.
Are you more scared of Mariota than what Kyle Pitts finna do to y'all?
I mean, if we stop Mariota, Kyle Pitts is null and void.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So if we stop him, so we won't have to worry about Kyle Pitts. Now, I don't want Kyle Pitts to get loose. So if he gets loose, that means Mariota got all day. Now, I'm not saying we gonna have to blitz. So we're gonna have to send some pressure on him. Because Mariota's running style is reckless. He doesn't like to slide. So you're gonna have to be careful with that. So
yeah, we kind of talked about that too. We kind of figured he may solve the quarterback problem himself by running into a damn.
I have no doubt he gonna solve
it. Yeah.
So, no, he was. I mean, the first against the Lions, man. I mean, he didn't go down. I mean, like, dude,
went shoulder first, head first,
man.
And take it. So
he got something to prove. You're trying to get back in the league, but
that's just him. He's always been that way.
Yeah.
That's what got him hurt the first time he was hurt. So he's always been a non-slide guy.
Look at RG3. Yeah. Slide your ass or run out of bounds. Yes, man. I'm excited to see Kyle Pitts against the Honey Badger. That shit gonna be classic just to see him. Because them two physical dudes, like I want to see that.
Yeah, well, Pitts is way bigger than Honey Badger.
Yeah, he's way bigger.
We also have Justin Evans too. Justin Evans is going. If you don't know him, we got him from the Bucks. He's a bigger safety.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty good. Those matchups in the slots are gonna be pretty good. And he may go out if he's in the game when Kyle Pitts comes in on the outside. We may send him on the outside with him also. You
worried about Marcus Mays at all coming off that Achilles?
No, because I've seen him in camp. I'm worried about him just staying out of trouble. He has a DUI pending and an assault charge pending. So he's looked good in camp. Is
he playing? I hadn't even seen.
He's playing.
Yeah, okay.
He's playing. If he could just stay out, just keep his nose on the game, I think he's gonna be good.
So what do other than Kamara, man, what do you think we should be afraid of offensively from the Saints?
Of course, you have Michael Thomas coming back. You always have to have an eye on him. We have Jarvis Landry now. So we have a guy that could work the slants, the digs, intermediate, and then now you have Chris Olave. Still have Deontay Hardy they could take the top off the defense. We don't have to throw it, but at least you send somebody down there, keep them honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what Jameis, you kind of seen it in camp. He's throwing more underneath passes, like he's hitting Kamara on the out routes and the switch routes, and he's hitting Jarvis Landry coming across on dig. So that's what I think the Falcons may need to worry about, and getting pressure. Are they going to be able to get pressure on Jameis? He's not a runner, but will that front three with the blitz Dean is going to send? Is he going to trust? I know he's going to trust AJ Terrell, but do you trust Casey Hayward running with, Olave, whoever your nickel back? Do you trust him on Jarvis Landry on 3rd and 5? So
yeah. I mean, Kamara worries me anyway, but like you said, coming out of the backfield though, that's even more terrifying, because I mean whether it's going to be Mykal Walker or safety or somebody, it's going to be, and then we kind of saw last year, Richie Grant, and kind of play in and out, not as much as we all would like to have seen in his rookie year. So like he's going to be, I think, very important, in this as far as just not necessarily the plays he's going to make, because I think that he's a hitter, but I think just his positioning is going to be even more important in this game, because of just what you just said. Those three guys, Landry, Thomas, Olave, it could come down to just a blown coverage or a missed assignment, something like that. So that's what's going to come down to in there too.
And I failed to mention our tight end Taysom Hill, man. So
that's
you have to worry about him.
You can't forget. So I got a question, Chris.
Yes.
How do you? How can I word this? Is like any part of you pissed that y'all got talent on the offensive line, all these little things you can do with him, and when Drew Brees is gone, like, do you picture like, damn, if Drew was here and we had all these weapons, he could have fucking killed? Are you thinking that at all? Or are you thinking it's already done? Who cares?
No, I'm not thinking that, because he doesn't have the arm strength to get the ball downfield. That's what the team started doing to Drew, was they know he wasn't going to throw it deep. So they just started crowding the slants. Anything coming across the middle, they just start crowding that. So they know he's not throwing over the top. So now it doesn't. Drew had his run, man. He had his run. He was great. It's just time. It was time to move on, because the pieces that we have now would have been just pieces out there, because he can't get the ball down the field.
I got you.
So that's another thing that made him one of the most accurate quarterbacks, because a lot of his throws came between 10 and 15 yards.
Yeah.
So he could pinpoint those, but when you have
man, Drew Brees' timing was impeccable, bro.
Yeah. So he was great with that. So once he kind of lost his arm strength, that's
bro. They said Drew Brees would practice with his players in the dark. The timing was like that, so I know where you're gonna be at this specific moment. I could throw it to you in the dark, and you know where that timing, man. Yeah, I know he's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and the person is where they're supposed to.
He would do practices where he would, when he throws the ball, he goes through the rest of his progressions. After he's thrown the ball to a receiver, he looks at the next receiver, and like with no ball. But he's, in his head, he's like, okay, if that's not open, then boom. Yeah. And I've seen Jameis doing a little bit of that too. So
Drew Brees was something else, man. To me, he's still underrated. He don't get the credit, man. Drew Brees was epic, bro.
Won championship, man. That's
what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I mean, what could have been if he hadn't have failed that physical in Miami?
Yeah. He would have been, Nick Saban would probably still be in Miami.
Alabama's run never would have happened.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So all right, man. So what would be your couple of keys to victory, man, for how the Saints win?
Running ball. Don't put too much pressure on Jameis, and stop. We have to stop the run game against the Falcons. That's gonna be the key. We can't let Cordell Patterson carve us up, because now we have play action to worry about. We stop the run game and we run the ball well. Jameis doesn't have to be the world beat. He doesn't have to be Drew Brees. He don't have to throw the ball 30 times. So we run the ball well, I think, and we stop y'all from running. I think that'll get us a victory.
Yeah. For me, for the Falcons, I think that we need to, on the opposite side, we got to be able to run the ball. If we can't run the ball, we can't set the pass up. That means we can't get Kyle involved. We can't get London if he plays involved, Brian Edwards, Zacchaeus, whoever. Like you said earlier in the show, we're going to have to get, it can't be 2 yards. It can't be negative plays. We're going to have to get those chunk yardages 4, 5, 6 on first down. So it gives us some, opens up the playbook a little bit more. You can do more with it.
Yeah.
Defensively, we got to get the team off the field on third down. We were terrible at that last year.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times we, get to third down and they convert, and then they convert, and then Mike, we went through it every week on the on the stats, man. It was sickening almost. It was, I mean, and it didn't matter who we played. It was just like they converted third downs all game long, So that's something that's got to change this year. So, I'm hoping with upgrades literally at every level, pretty much, and like our safeties being in their second year, that's gonna improve. We'll
upgrades at every level. Yeah, John.
We really do.
We did.
I mean, so. But what about you, Mike? Anything other than what I said?
Offensive line. That's it. Yeah. If we can establish that offensive line, I need, again, what I heard. I have no proof of this. I don't know like that. You even have to talk to JR or Toby for this, but they said that offensive line, the talent of the line comes from prolonged play together. So per year, they kind of know, I know what he lack at. I know I got to go on this side per year. It's like not the talent of the individual players, but how the cohesive grows through continuous play together. It should be better because of that. I expect to jump up in the run blocking and the pass blocking. If we can't block, that's the main thing I'm looking at. If we can't block, my hope for the season goes down, like I swear, 90%. Because without the blocking, you're not running or throwing. We in the same boat as we was with Matt Ryan. No matter who at quarterback, no matter how mobile, no matter if we got Drake London and Kyle Pitts, you don't do nothing without offensive line. That's all I'm looking at. If we can't block, we can't do anything else. That's the first and foremost thing.
Yep, 100%. And I'm looking forward to Chris to seeing who AJ matches up against, whether it's Michael Thomas.
I think it's going to be Mike T.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah. So I think that's going to be.
I want to see Jarvis Landry though. I just want to see him with the Saints. I think the boy got something in his tank. The boy is amazing to me. I cannot wait to see him with a new team.
Well, he's back home.
He's back home. So it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what we both do on defense, with how we, how we're gonna guard guys. But I think AJ Terrell is gonna be on Mike Thomas. He may go on Chris Olave on the outside, but
yeah, I think it's gonna be a fascinating game, dude. Because we got, of course, there's so much unknown for us, but there's a lot of unknown for y'all. Jameis coming back, new guys on the offense. I mean, it's gonna be different, man. So. Before we get to the score prediction, just some kind of crazy stats. So I think Chris talked about the opening day or whatever that we, Falcons are 7-1 playing on week 1. They 45 games have been decided by double digits. 17 games decided by 21 points, or 21 or more points. 52 games decided by 7 or less. And like Chris, we talk about it every year. Like it doesn't matter the record or how good or how bad they are. Always seem to be a good game, almost.
A good game, yeah.
Every time.
On paper, I don't think it's not even supposed to be close on paper.
Right. Have you seen the spread? Isn't it what's the spread? I think y'all are 5.5?
5.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And then so we had 3 games out about 1 point. The biggest Saints win was a 38-point win in 1987. And the biggest loss before any of us graced this earth was a 55-point loss to the Falcons in 73. Yeah. 4 shutouts, 2 by each club, 8 overtime games, 4 wins by each club. I mean, you couldn't get more even, man. It's 53 and 51. The Falcons got a 2-game all-time lead. It's crazy. I mean, you look at some of these things that's just it's wild. So anyway, getting on to the score prediction. We got to bring in Liam, who, if y'all didn't know from last
Liam,
Liam,
check the chain, man. Check the chain. Show him the chain, Liam. I love it.
That's right. Got that the game last week.
When you take it off, man, it's probably be green.
Stop it. So anyway, last year Liam did the picks with us and
killed us.
He beat us. we watch the games religiously. We watch it sometimes twice.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. He still beat us there in the predictions. So we'll see if that can happen again this year. Chris, we'll start with you, buddy, since you are the esteemed guest. What do you think?
28-17. Saints, of course.
Falcons, right? Oh, damn. Okay. I thought. Mike?
21-17 Falcons.
21-17?
Yeah.
All right. I have to write this down so I can get these right. Buddy, you want to go next? You want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. So you said 21-17?
21-17 Falcons.
All right. I say 27-20 Falcons.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's a good. Okay.
I say 30-27 Falcons.
High scoring. I love it, Liam. I love it.
Oh, Liam just punched me in the stomach.
Are we talking about, Liam, we talking about like a last minute field goal or something, or how's that working? Yeah. Something like that. All right. So 30-27, 21-17. So yeah, I mean, we kind of all landed where we would probably figure we would land. I mean, I don't think it's going to be crazy high scoring, but I don't think it's, that's one thing I was going to ask you, Chris. You still think top 5 defense this year for the Saints?
I hope so. It's kind of hard to repeat that.
Yeah, but
I hope so. We did lose Marcus Williams, and we lost Chauncey now.
Mm-hmm.
So and Malcolm Jenkins retired. So, but we replaced him with Honey Badger and Marcus May. So hopefully we don't have to be top 5. I'll take top 10 as long as our offense is producing.
Yeah, makes sense.
So listen, man, I played y'all in 3 straight weeks. I thought that was cool. I played
really?
Liam, then John, then Chris. 3 straight weeks. I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to talk about for sure. All right. So
Chris, I have a question for you though, real quick.
Yeah, man.
It's been some great Saints, man, Marcus Colston, man, Michael Thomas, Drew Brees. I'm gonna name 4. You tell me who's the greatest Saint to you of all time from the 4 I named.
Okay.
We're gonna go, man, Morton Anderson, GOAT, man, Sam Mills, Pat Swilling,
oof,
Jimmy Graham.
Sam Mills.
Why?
He's Hall of Famer.
Sam Mills was a beast.
He was.
That was hard, better than Morton Anderson, you think?
Man, Sam Mills was around when Dawn Patrol was around, so those years, man, where they actually went 12-4 in '92. Pat Swilling was a linebacker. It was Pat Swilling, Von Johnson, and Ricky Jackson, and Sam Mills were the linebacker. So Sam Mills went on to be great, just like Morton Anderson was great with the Falcons. He was great in New Orleans and Carolina. So, and Sam Mills was like my height.
Yeah, he was.
So he was like he was undersized, and to have a career like that, man, it was special.
Mm-hmm.
He was a UVA, wasn't he?
Yes.
Did he go to Virginia? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought. All right, man. So, Chris, we have a new segment on the show called In or Out. Pretty easy. All you do is we're going to say something, and you're going to say in or out, and you can explain why or not. It's up to you.
All right.
Some may not need an explanation. We'll start off with a few Saints questions for you. Jameis will play more than 12 games this season.
Ian.
Mike?
I'm in.
Yeah, I think he will too. I mean, assuming healthy and all that stuff.
Man, he's mature.
Right. Yeah. But do you want to answer on these? What do you think? Well, I'll wait till you give it. So you hear the question? All right, so we're going to go on the next one. In or out, Chris, Jameis will throw more than 15 picks this year.
Out.
So less than 15. Yeah. I'm in. I hope I'm in.
Yeah, I hope I'm in.
Mike.
I'm in.
There you go.
We're all wishing. Except for Chris. All right. And I always ask you, actually, I already asked you this. Saints will have a top 5 defense, but you already said hope so. So yeah. Sean Payton will return to coaching one day.
Oh, Ian. Next year.
Next year, you think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cowboys?
That's what it's setting up to be. Either Cowboys or I think the Miami deal has fell through since he can't get Tom Brady. So probably Cowboy. He lives in Dallas. So
makes sense. Yeah, and Jerry Jones is already
he's been out of him for years.
He gonna pay him.
Yeah, he's already made those phone calls.
Mhm.
All right, still on sports, but a little different. Stetson Bennett will be at the Heisman Trophy conference, whatever dinner this year.
It puts chunks in my stomach, but
I kind of think in too, because
Yeah.
I look at who they're playing. I mean, their schedule's not that difficult. Even their SEC schedule's not that difficult. And I mean, the dude just
he looks better. He looks comfortable. So
yeah, that's Mike. By the way, that's Georgia's quarterback. So
okay, I got the game tape. I will
like a ninth year senior.
Okay.
He's been there forever. No, I mean it's a long story about him, but we can jump in on this one, buddy. Braves will win the East, in or out?
I'm in.
I'm in on that.
Yeah, caught the Mets, man. We right there, man. So I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. I don't trust the Mets. They got Scherzer's on the IL now. Yeah. They got their depth that they can't. I mean, Alonso's slumping big time. So what are you saying?
And easy.
For the same reasons or different reasons?
Same.
Man of few words.
Because they're terrible at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, they've been known to Met over the years, and that's what they're doing right now. They're metting.
Oh yeah,
they do, man.
They just met.
Hey man, that's hilarious.
Hey, well, you know what? And if y'all haven't seen Frank the Tank or Frank Fleming on TikTok, or y'all gotta watch this dude. Have either one of y'all seen this dude?
No.
Chris, look him up, man. It's starting to get a little sad now. I think like he's kind of bought into his own stick. Like he's like a Barstool Sports kind of contributor or whatever. Okay. He's about, I don't know, a solid 350 if any, like easily 350. But just loses his mind when the Mets lose, hates the Braves. Like he said he wanted to kill Blooper. I mean, just it's hilarious though. It was hilarious. Like I said, you have to watch some of them. It's pretty funny. The radio station. Hilarious.
It's just sad now.
It's gotten kind of sad. Yeah, like the one yesterday after the Mets lost to the Pirates, dude. It's most of it's not even funny, coherent. Like you can't even understand. Like he starts off pissed and he just starts screaming and yelling, and it's just kind of that's kind of feel bad for him. All right. A non-sports stuff now. I got two of these, and Mike, you probably got some too, right? Yeah, about a few. Popeyes has the best chicken sandwich of any of the drive-through type stuff, in or out?
Oh, out.
Who would you say?
Well, I can't really eat Chick-fil-A too much, so I'm gonna say Zaxby's with the best chicken sandwich.
I was going Zaxby's too, because I'm gonna go Zaxby's. Yeah.
Then what you got, buddy?
I was gonna say close tie between Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's for the best.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he didn't say Chick-fil-A. He wants Chick-fil-A all the time.
Now, like John, have you had the Popeyes chicken sandwich?
Yeah, I have.
Is it amazing?
I like it. Yeah, I mean, I like spicy like chicken, but like I think Chris, you told me a long time ago, like the Popeyes in Louisiana is way different than than it is here for whatever reason. Yeah. And I mean, like they just opened up a new one over here close to me, and I went the other day just to get a sandwich, see how it was. I mean, it kind of let me down a little bit, to be honest. But I like.
It's okay. It's too big. Like
yeah.
So like what you say, John? If you got a taste for a chicken sandwich, you going where? I
like the spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Okay. I do like that one, but you can't go wrong with Zaxby's either. I mean, that's good too. Either one.
What was they shooting over? The Popeyes one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I'll shoot somebody over chicken sandwich. That's a good chicken sandwich.
You had the Bojangles biscuit?
The Bojangles biscuit is good.
Bojangles is always good.
That's pretty solid.
I'm sorry, I love Bojangles. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go. Yeah. And then wings are the ultimate game time food.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wings. All right. Yeah. All right, Mike. All you, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna go on with this. I got a few of these. Are y'all in on healthy dog food? When I was saying this, you have options in the store. You can get the big bag, the cheaper stuff, or you get the organic with treats in it and vegetables. Which one are you buying your dog? You spending a little more money so your dog is healthy with organic and all this, or you getting the value bag?
Oh, I'm in. 100%.
I'm in. Yeah, you got to take care of.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. So that cheap ass stuff literally has like
It'll mess their stomach up.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
all you gotta do is look in the ingredients list, and the number one thing on the list is how much. That's the most, whatever. That's the largest amount of product, whatever you want to call it, in that food. It's terrible. Yeah.
So I'm agreeing with this, y'all. I would encourage everybody who can hear me. If you have a dog, whatever you're feeding your dog, just Google the ingredients, and you will agree with all three of us. Trust me, you 100%. Will spend extra money to not poison your dog.
Yep.
So that's a good one. I got another one. How about, are you in or out on adults dressing up for Halloween?
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, for parties and stuff. Yeah.
Liam, you in?
Just dressing out and dressing in general. I mean, it's Halloween, so
it's Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm already like, I'm driving around. I'm like looking to see who's already got the decorations. So, like, I don't want to just
I'm
start
that
putting
childish.
myself
I'm
out.
like, I'm gonna be what for Halloween this year? Like,
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Exactly. So I'm in okay, I got another. This I got a good one. Are you in or out? You guys, when the off season was here, speculation. We have got to see preseason now. We watched these two people in preseason. Are you in or out on Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis? Who are you? Ooh. How are you putting these in order now that you've seen preseason? Now I won't have an answer for this because I don't that thing. I think they both agree. I really cannot choose. So I'm asking you guys. And you know what I'm gonna say just because you're a Falcon. So that's not fair. So I'm really asking y'all.
Chris, you want to
go? Yeah, I'm in with Ridder over Malik.
Why, Chris?
Ridder just showed, like I said earlier, Ridder shows that 4-year college thing. He shows like he's ready to play. Malik still has a learning curve.
Yeah.
He's just showing he's playing off all athleticism right now. Like he's just running and throwing, like, which is basically what he's supposed to do, but it's like no reads are being made,
Yeah, I got it.
Actually stepping back, sitting in the pocket, taking off when he has to. So I'm in on Ridder before Malik right now.
Dang, John?
Yeah, I am too. I think, and the offense, that Malik ran at Liberty was really a kind of a one read and go type of thing. So he, like Chris said, he did learning curve. I think the ceiling may be a touch higher on Malik just because of his physical ability. Mm-hmm. If he is able to grasp everything, and that's not a knock on him anyway. It's just the fact that he's going to have a longer, period to do that. Ridder has already kind of done that, and like he's going to just like, and he's a big dude. He's got all the physical attributes that you want to see. Mentally, he's there, especially for our team, Mike. Yeah, I'm in because he's ready to start sooner than I think Malik will.
If Mariota breaks a fingernail, Ridder's going in.
I agree with you.
It'll be no hesitation. If he
After
limps off the field.
Week two, the coaches, Mike or Marcus, how you feeling, buddy? You look like you're limping a little bit. Are you limping a little bit? Looks like
the booger hanging out his nose. He's gonna be coming
Ridder's in the game. They were like, give Ridder to help me with the mic in it, please.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Exactly.
All right, I got a good one. Are you in or out on Julio Jones returning to somewhat Julio Jones form with the GOAT Tom Brady? Is Julio Jones gonna look like Julio Jones, or is Julio Jones washed up and just gonna play a few games and catch a few balls as gonna be a decoy for the most part? Or is he Julio Jones with Tom Brady? I'm in
with, I don't think he's washed at all. He's in the right situation. Notice Julio hasn't been hurt all summer. He hadn't had an injury. He hadn't sit out or anything. So being there with Tom Brady, I think he kind of went and worked out with Tom Brady's guru too. So because Tom Brady asked for him. Mm-hmm. So I think Julio, with Chris Godwin being banged up, they don't know if he's going to play the first game or not. Julio's going to be receiver number 2 Thursday or whenever they play. So I'm in with Julio. I'm not saying he's going to be 200 yard a game, Julio, but he's going to be a threat in the offense.
John?
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, as long as he stays healthy, I'm in. Because
I wasn't expecting that. I thought you for sure you was going to throw him under the bus.
Me? No, man. I love Julio, except for the way he left. But I understand it, but I just just my fandom. But Yeah, man. Yeah, if he stays healthy, I'm in because I think he's gonna cause if he's like you said, Chris, if he's 2 or if he's in the slot, he's gonna cause problems for people.
I wanted him for the
I
Saints.
mean, yeah, right.
No,
You know, I would have
especially
threw up
from the
everywhere.
slot or something.
Yeah,
He
I
too
would. I
good.
don't know what would happen. I seriously would.
Yeah.
I thought I really would have to have second thoughts about burning the jersey. Like I would, and I don't do that shit. But I would have to have second thoughts about it.
So listen,
mean,
I got 2 more good ones.
Oh, hang on. Were
Oh,
you
man.
in or out on that one?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna?
He said, "N."
Yeah, okay.
I told you, man. And he's on my fantasy as well, so I can brag.
You do hope he's in, yes.
The 2 ones I got 2 good ones. Man, Aaron Rodgers over in Green Bay got a bunch of guys he never played with before. Got a bunch of rookies over there, a bunch of young dudes. He does not have the timing route. But also over there is Mr. Randall Cobb. He's 32, I believe. So he's a bit up there. Is Randall Cobb gonna be his main target based on familiarity, or is he gonna go to like a young guy? Is he gonna start tearing up the young? Like I'm going to these, I trust in the young dudes, or is he going to Randall Cobb, who's like 4th on the depth chart? Is he going to him the whole season?
I think Randall will be like a good possession receiver. That won't be his main receiver. Like he may go to Randall like on need a crucial 3rd down because he has lost a couple of steps.
Yeah.
Like he can't get open.
Yeah,
like
a couple
steps. He lost a couple steps.
Yeah.
So you still have Sammy Watkins. So I think he'll be serviceable, but I don't think that's gonna be his main guy.
How about you, John?
Yeah, I think he's already shown, I think, or he said publicly that he was not super happy with how they've been performing in camp. So just that, like you said, the familiarity he has with Cobb will be there. But I mean, you know, any receiver gets north of 30, it starts becoming hit or miss. And Sammy seems to just kind of like not this. He hasn't lived up to what I think everybody thought he was going to be coming out of college. But I don't know, man. I hate, it's like, you know, it's kind of like Tom. You can never really bet against him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until you see him physically regressing in front of your eyes, it's tough to, you know. So.
All right, I got the biggest one. In or out? Are you in or out? I mean, you too, Liam. Come on, buddy. Does Matt Ryan take the Indianapolis Colts to the playoffs? It could be wild card, whatever. Does Matt Ryan make the playoffs with the Colts?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on, Liam. It got to be unanimous.
I'm in.
Oh, come on, man. Out of your Falcon mind. You heard it here first.
This is going to be the best, like, offensive structure Matt Ryan has been under in a while. He has a running game, best offensive line in the league. So you get a chance to see Matt Ryan stand up and not worry about, you know,
stand up is the idea.
Yeah, you get to see him stand up. So
that's awesome.
Got a great running back. Matt is gonna be fine.
Yeah, I don't see I see them probably winning that division. I mean, Houston's gonna be terrible. Tennessee will, you know, that's always a good game.
Yeah.
Jacksonville will be better. You know, you don't know what Trevor Lawrence is gonna be, but they got more weapons now and they get a little better defense. But yeah, overall, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's still a monster. Over that offensive line, you know, receivers are not great, but I mean, you know, he's kind of dealt with that last year. I mean, like it's not like it's anything new. But Pittman and kid from Cincinnati with Alec Pierce, I mean, not bad either. So I mean, yeah, I'm down. I'm in. So.
What? Well, you know what? What that just made my heart smile. I'm good to go now. I have nothing left.
Well, that was a great.
Coach Matt Ryan jersey here.
Huh?
He does.
You have a Colts Matt
Ryan?
Oh
yeah, I got one. Hey, this is a true story, Chris. I already have tickets when he played like the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going to Texas Stadium. I'm gonna wear my Matt Ryan jersey and my Falcons hat.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When the Colts play the Falcons. Maybe like next year or so.
Yeah.
And if it's here, are you wearing your Matt Ryan jersey to the game? Or are you gonna wear your?
I'm gonna wear my Matt Ryan jersey and my Falcons hat. I have to do it.
Your Falcons Matt Ryan jersey?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would wear. I would never wear blue in our stadium.
No,
I refuse to wear the like opposing team set. I wear my Falcons Matt Ryan jersey with a Falcons hat. I wouldn't wear the blue in our stadium.
You should have seen it, Chris, when because his girlfriend actually got him both. He
Both
got him both jerseys, and he
They
posted
dragged
it.
me, Chris.
He posted. He should have seen some of the responses, man. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
he
I see
dragged
where
me
your
too.
loyalty lies. Just because you got a freaking jersey of the guy who like put himself on the line for 14 years and like not. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Greatest Falcon of all time, and I can't like Joe Montana, Chief. Are you throwing Joe Montana and? Because that's ridiculous. I got dragged though, Chris. I got some pretty nasty things.
I'm sure you did.
It made no sense. I'm like, I don't, and I had to try to explain it to people. I'm like,
John was trying his best, and they still didn't get it.
I was like, I don't think it's this hard to understand. Like, he's a Falcons fan. If they come to us to play, I hope Matt Ryan gets sacked 35 times and throws 14 interceptions. Like, that's easy. But when he's not playing us, I hope he does well. Yeah. And if we're not in the Super Bowl, I hope he wins it, because I respect the guy. He's a great dude. Who, like I said, I mean, he took a beating for us for 14 years.
And he did so much stuff just as a man in the city of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Can never take away, bro.
Why would you not root for him? I don't understand that.
He's a great human.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, it's been a fantastic show to start off the 22 season, I do believe. And I mean, Chris, we'll have you back on, not for the recap, obviously, but for the next time.
Oh yeah.
But whenever, what week is that? Is it later on? It's like way late in the season.
Play in December.
It's late, December.
It's late. So
so we'll have you back on before then, and hopefully we're still playing meaningful football in December. Is what I'm hoping. For us. But like I said, I mean, we're gonna be back. I guess we'll do Sunday. I guess
Sunday. I say we do Sunday.
We'll do Sunday. We'll hit it right after the game. And then Chris, if things are going good for you, just don't text me. Just let me.
I may call into the show if that'll give a live call if we win.
I will make sure not to do a live one on.
Right.
So. But like, look, we said before, guys, like the Sunday shows for us may be a little emotional, especially if it's a bad loss, because we're not going to have any time to really digest it other than what we just saw. So, and I think Jonathan Vilma's on the game.
Yeah, Jonathan Vilma's calling the game.
Fantastic. He hates us anyway, so it's going to be a terrible broadcast. So look forward to that. And but anyway, guys, really, truly, everybody that's watched us for the first time, welcome in, or listen to us for the first time. Come on back for the recap show and join us all season long. It's going to be fun as hell. We had a blast doing it last season. So happy to be back doing it now for live games. We got live games to talk about. We were talking about the draft. We talked about everything in the off season, which was great. And you guys still listened, which was even better. But looking at the analytics today, man, Chris, still the shows you come on and the Saints shows that we have are still the most listened to shows that we do.
Man, the teen heartthrob, Chris Howard, man. The teen heartthrob, the teen idol sensation.
That just goes, hey man, that just speaks to the rivalry, man. Yeah, just people want to hear the we could still talk about the game for another hour if we wanted to about individual matchups and all that stuff. We just don't have the time to do it. So anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this show. Again, follow us on Twitter, Out of Your Effing Mind, Out of Your Falcon Mind on Instagram, Facebook. Send us messages. You can email us at ATL Falcon Fancast. If you're on YouTube, look at that. That's our cover that Mike got made on canvas, and it's great. My beard is so not that color anymore. My God, it is so gray. There's not even remotely close to black anymore, or brown, or whatever.
Love our cover, man. It's dope. It's awesome.
I love that. Yeah, they did. Fantastic job on that. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Chris, man, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Liam, thank you for joining us.
Liam, buddy.
For the pick segment, which will be a staple every week as long as he's not asleep or at practice. That's what he'll be doing that with us. So everybody, Falcons, rise up. Let's get a win on Saturday. Let's beat the Saints.
Week 1. Right? Stay out of your Falcon mind all week long. This is what we waited for. Ladies and gentlemen, out of your Falcon mind. Let's go.
That's it. We out.
Peace.